Greetings, peace, or Marikama I here, or Marikaba Mystics. Hope you're having a beautiful, bliss filled with Isis. Okay, that's Ra for the day and Isis for the night. All together is a good day. Yeah. Okay, so I'm here to talk about Venus in retrograde, and Venus is retrograde in Virgo from the 5th of October until the 16th of November. And yes, they both days are actually on Venus Day, so it's just giving more more power to this day for us to really check what the Venus in Virgo is trying to tell us. Okay, and the fifth day, the 5th of October, the whole culminating numerological number or numerological influence is that of an 8 vibration. And 8 is all about us owning our power, being assertive, being organized, being about our business, quite synonymous to that Virgo energy, being about our business, quite synonymous to that Virgo energy somewhat. Okay. Yes, probably a lesser vibration, a more earthbound vibration. Because thinking about 8 being that megalomaniac at times, want to be like very like about the business, about my power, and all of that. And Virgo, to some extent, is about that as well. More on the of the righteous kind of vibe, where you would want to be about your business. You just want to be particular and pernickety about certain things, just because you want it in good standing, in good order, okay, and in a healthy state, even fine tuning the things that needs to be done for the greatest good. All right, it's also very much a feminine energy. Venus generally is a very feminine energy. It's all about the abyss, understanding the spiritual nature of things and bringing it into the matter in the best steed. Also, Venus is all about our pleasures, our leisures. It's all about love and abundance, creativity, you know understanding the power and the magic within the non-physical, and then to realize it in the material. Once again, I had to mention that a few times because it's a key point for us to remember when we're dealing with Venus energy, and generally where we're moving to. That we are here ushering in the golden Aquarius age, putting the steps forward, sharing the light of what needs to be done. We get those downloads and those download codes and those downloads generally from the ethers, because we are very much Venetian energy. I say we because when they see me here, I'm not just standing alone. My spirit team is strong. But let's get this. Okay, and why I wanted to make a note that it's both on Venus days. That means it's more oomph on that Venus energy. And it's actually ending on the 16th of November, and the 16 plus the 11 plus 2018 culminates to 11. Okay, so it's that again, it's the oomph on the 11 vibration, and that 11 vibration is all about understanding the spirit and then the matter, understanding that we have intuitive guidance to help us get into the best kind of matter and best kind of steed in this material realm. If we take heed of the angelic voices, our guardian angels, and our guardian angels, we will be happier. We'll be able to materialize what we actually want as well as what we need. And yes, we'll be more in love with the things that we have, the people that we share our time and space with, right? So Venus in January in Virgo is all about being practical about love. Like, it's not about, I was just saying, so I saw a couple out there, and I said to them, I was telling them about what's going on in the ethers, and I said that, it's not about what you want, it's about what is needed. So if you are looking for, like, let's say Valentine's Day comes up, Valentino's Day comes up, like a Venus in Virgo energy is not going to get you flowers because that's the said thing. They're going to get you your car wash because that's what they know that that's what you need, so it's all about being practical, about fine tuning things and looking at the everyday nuances that are needed to be taken care of. Okay. Yes, and the kind of effort again that they put in love is all about the practical. And it's a very sensual energy, Venus in Virgo, very sensual but yet aloof. So in the inner core, it will be very sensual, very loving. Okay, but in the outer core, you may seem like blasé about it. But if you take the time, If you look at, because most of the, why I say sensual and aloof is because, again, in the same instance where I talk about you wanting something because it's Valentine's Day. Oh, everybody gets chocolates and flowers and a date and some sex or whatever. But like, you might think also they're not even checking for that, but they washed down the house, they washed down your car, they got you this, they got you, your keys re-keyed or whatever. However, things that are practical, things that are needed, things that are necessary is how Venus in Virgo shows love. Okay. And Venus being in retrograde now, here's the thing. When Venus is in retrograde, if it don't feel right, then it's bye-bye. It's like peace, deuces, because Venus generally is very loving, like very wanting to tend to things, definitely about her pleasures and leisures, also very loving to her family, very loving to her mates, very loving to people generally. But when it's in Virgo, it's that time of the year that we can really ascertain what is necessary, what is needed, not just what we want and what we think needs to be done, but what is really going to be long standing, what is going to be conducive for the whole. Okay, and starting with self first, always. Yes. So for the period from the 5th to the 16th, like, some medicine for us is to remember always that we are imperfectly perfect, because we're dealing with the Virgo energy and we're still in Virgo, the soul is still in Virgo, and it's all about us realizing that and checking our to-do list, because when Venus in Virgo, there's a lot to be done. Okay, with Virgo being at play, generally there's a lot to be done, a lot of things to check over, a lot of things to fine-tune, a lot of things that we're looking back on and seeing how how it's been working, and is it really been working. Because I have been speaking on Venus being in Virgo for a while, since it's been since the 6th 4th 15th of September, and it's all about us needing to check our pleasures and leisures. Like, I stopped smoking, I haven't gone back to it. I was gonna, just realizing sometimes the things that we love is not the best for us, it's not the most conducive for us. And although love, unconditional love is everything, if whatever you're doing is not self-loving, then it needs to stop, it needs to be seized. Okay. So again, doing the checks and balances, and checking your to-do list, checking over that inventory list, and pat yourself on the back once you've done a good job. Like, don't forget that. That's very important. Don't expect anybody else to do it for you. Realize the changes that you have come into. Realize the things that you have been able to tick off, and be like, yeah, well done now, and take time and celebrate that. Okay, have fun and give thanks for that. Give thanks for the milestones or the stepping stones. It's very important. It helps you be more at ease with it, so you're not so pedantic about things. So that's another thing with Virgo energy. It's very like strict. So I can't have this, I can't do this and this and this and this and that, has to be like that. And sometimes you have to just remember, like, ease up now, take time, and go with the flow a little bit. Yes, but we do need the structure. We give thanks for the structure, the determination, the willpower, the force to go ahead and do what needs to be done, and look over the fine print, and again fine tune, refine things. But then once you've done that for a while, for a mile, take a step back, look it over, give thanks. Yes, and with that, not being too pedantic, in regards even to my smoking, it's like realizing that you can also alchemize and transmute all ish. Okay, so yes, it's always good to give yourself a break, but it doesn't mean stop if that's not what you want to do. If you don't think that that's the most conducive for you at this time, in this stage and phase of your life, but definitely realize what needs to be taken a break from and seizing back, or going back on just a little bit. All right. So I did pull some cards, and here we go. We have truth, and this is judgment. Speaking the truth is important, not holding back on the truth of the things that is what we want, what we love, what we pleasure, what feels like leisure, being truthful to ourselves about it and balancing that. Balancing that. Okay, and then we have harmony, which is the lovers, which is, definitely all about love. It's all about you realizing what kind of love do you actually want in your world. Do you want the kind of love that's just mundane and is like very physical and Is the everyday, or do you want that real spiritual connection where it brings you more harmony than anything else? You know, it takes time to get there, because first you have to know how to love yourself, you know, because the other kind of love doesn't require you to go through the hard stuff, and it actually brings a lot more harder stuff when you don't go through that harder stuff, that internal work. Okay, and internal work doesn't always have to be hard, but it's very necessary if you want to sustain a true love, a real great love, you know, and that's going to bring about all the harmony that you need, all the bliss and peace that you want in this world with another. And then we have, and yes, just flipped over everything. Okay, and this harmony is all about, you know, again, remembering that spirit is first and matter is after, and once you can balance both, everything's Gucci. Gucci. Excuse me. Okay. And then we have 13, which is all about the Venus energy. This is the Empress. This is definitely Venus energy. This is, you know, creation. It's birthing. It's being pregnant with ideas, with a baby, with, you know, just newness, beginnings. This is abundance, you know. It's nature. It's being one with nature, understanding spirit first and matter after. You're not gonna stop hearing me say that. Trust that, because I know this is the way forward. And 3 is all about creativity, the synergy with divinity. Okay. And then we have triumph, once you realize the need for you to speak your truth, to find harmonious relations. Okay, by listening to the truth, the inner guidance that comes from your soul. This is what truth is. Truth comes from soul. Okay, anything else is facts, commonly believed things. Common beliefs is facts, but the truth is your soul. Your soul knows, and if you attune yourself to that, you'll always get the truth. That's right. The truth is truth. Okay, and understanding you have creative powers, and you are guided towards creating that through natural sources, and that's your natural abilities, your innate gifts. Okay, there's triumph, there's victory, there's success, the determination and will, and great movement that strides forward. Okay, and to do so, this is the last card I pulled. We have to work on our our solar plexus chakra, and that's the one just underneath your heart chakra, on top of you, just above your navel, and it's all about you owning your power. Okay, again, power is strong right now. This is the vibration that we start this Venus retrograde on. Owning your power, knowing that you are everything. Okay, that your soul resonates. Okay, and your soul is everything, and you have the confidence, you have the esteem to make the moves forward to your greatest good, your greatest relationships, your greatest pleasures, your greatest leisures, right? And this is what I was underneath the deck. How we do that? By realizing the power that's within, okay? By taming our non-conducive bullshit, okay? By realizing our cyclic nature, all the things that's gone past that wasn't conducive, and all the things that we want to bring forward that is conducive, okay? And that means transforming some things, like killing off some things, deading some things to bring about the new. That's transformation. And also, again, balance, patience, alchemy, transmuting, changes. And then we have destiny. It's the wheel of fortune. I have to think about it. The wheel of fortune, you know, knowing that you've gone through many phases, many different phases for you to get to your truth. And once you realize your truth, because it resonates so deeply in your heart, okay, it moves you in your gut, you know, it gives you the shivers, you hear the alarms, you hear the knocks. Move with that, because with that there comes great joy, brings more light to you. This is the Sun card. Again, it emanates your soul's knowing and grows the soul. And remember, your soul is the soul of all, just one part of it. Okay. And then I asked, How do we ameliorate that? I mean, what shouldn't we do? What was the question? I got it written down. What's the worst way to act in this during this retrograde? And we got disruption. And this is 16. This is the tower. Okay. Basically the tower is, a sudden changes, sudden movements for your greatest good, that where you have to break down foundations that you thought were the one, they're not. And the answer that I got for this card was that what we shouldn't do is avoid those tower moments. So things are being broken down. Okay, don't try and cling on to the last straws of things. Like, if you need to jump out, don't stay in the burning building. Okay, like, move. Don't hold back and try and keep yourself in a confinement when you know you want to break free, when the door's been opened for you to break free. The opportunity is there for you to walk out of something that you know really is not the greatest for you, even though you've put a lot of things forward in it. You have to know when to let go, and your spirit guides will always move you very to you to make those strides, because with destiny, faith, okay, you are destined to come out of non-conducive shit. Faith to choose coups, other bullshit, what it is. Today, I'm a swear. Anyways, when it slips out, it slips out. Hey, you're. And then we have the base chakra. This is another one of the other cards that came out. Worst way to act in this period of Venus retrograde, and this is talking about us, you know, going with the base, and looking only at the material, and just being doing the fight or flight, being scared of the movement forward that you're being ushered, that just been you've been pushed towards. Don't hold back, don't fear. Okay, I know it may seem a little bit scary, yes, I'm sure, but we have to move forward when we know there's a glimpse of light. Okay, we have to go through the tunnel, and there's going to be a bit of dark, but when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, move towards that. Have faith, and like, do the works towards that. And then I didn't see this card, but we have the heart chakra in reverse, and this is talking about, the heart chakra is all about your heart, your what you love, and it being in reverse is another one of the questions, was part of the question, worst way to act this, because this is how I left the deck. I did it when I was outside, but I couldn't record. So it's to negate what your heart is showing you. This is one of the worst ways that we can act in this phase, in this season of Venus being in retrograde in Virgo. To negate your heart's knowing, to negate what your heart is calling. Okay. Yeah. To remember, own your truth, own your power. Make the judgment calls that you need to. Okay. Realize that there is different kinds of loves, and you have to level up each time if you want to reach the divine love, your ultimate complementary. And that means doing that self work. And you have to remember that you have the power. You can create abundance if you so wish, or you can stay in a mediocre if you so wish too. But you are pushed always to move forward, to strive, because we're needing you to grow the soul, as we all are doing, and each one makes the dream work, right? And remember to have confidence with it. Understand your inner knowing, and have faith with that. And having faith, remember, faith without works equals nada, it's void. You have to have the faith and do the moves. Don't just be like, yeah, it's all gonna come to me, it's fine. Let me just sit there and let it come. Like, if you're being nudged this way or nudged that way, that's part of the work that you have to do. Within having faith is doing the works as well. It's not just praying and just leaving it there. It's praying and then listening to what you've been guided to do for the prayer, whatever you ask for, to come to you. Okay, remember that you have power to make the changes, do the transformation, balance, alchemize, transmute that ish, and move with your destiny, and be sure that the moves that you make are fated moves towards your destiny. Yeah, because within that you begin and be growing the soul, you'll be more, you'll be embodying the light. Okay, and that's an inspiration for us all. Remember, each one teach one. That's how we move. When you do the work for yourself, you see the outside of you as well. If you want a better place, a better world, a better anything, you have to be the change you seek. Okay, you know, say MJ said it best. Yeah, don't negate your heart's knowing. Don't negate your heart's calling. Okay, and don't cling on to things that you know is non-conducive in the long run. That's it. Venus in retrograde in Virgo. Remember, you are imperfectly perfect. Okay, take time to do inventory list. You being imperfectly perfect doesn't mean you don't do the work. So, nah, come on now. There's always works to be done. Okay, but you don't have to be so strict about it. Remember to laugh, have fun along the way. Okay, no extremes of anything. We appreciate that. You know, we're determined and we're disciplined and we're fine tuning, we're looking over the fine print, and that's necessary. But also remember, when you've done that, chill, have fun, give thanks, more love, more peace, you know, enjoy that love and that peace and the pleasures and the leisures. Okay, I know my lungs are thankful right now. You know, I give thanks for you too. You've been carrying me for as long as you have, you know. But then I'm like, when I'm ready to get back on the game, I'll do that. And then when I'm ready again to come off, yeah, I'll appreciate that. And then I'll be appreciated for it too. Okay, thanks. Have a beautiful one. Always. Ciao.